only for him, but it might impact him for the day. But then Yaron gets involved. He's expected to deliver, and that will be start of the business.
Blues have won all 7 games this year when they've led at half-time, but coming from behind hasn't been their forte. Today could be the day, although they're down a man. Johnson still in the hands of trainers.
Worry, looks like they're checking that left knee.
Goods. Kick smothered by Judd. Tackle late on Gibbs was spectacular from Bird. And we'll get another ball up.
Just see the tackle by Luke Ablett, then the clash of legs. Look, you hope that it's just a cork in the knee with the opponent's knee going into the side of his knee perhaps, but it just looks a little bit worse than that, unfortunately.
He landed pretty heavily on the leg or the knee.
Keep the fingers crossed, but they are very concerned about it.
They're doing some knee checks there, sideways lateral movement. And the ball up. Massive players around this ball up, and Judd breaks it free. Sends it along to the square. Fisher's down there again. He's manhandled. No free. Off. He did get the free. I think the umpire was waiting to see if there was an advantage crumb from that. Pack attempted a mark, and he can kick free for the term.
I don't think you can argue too much about that. He had him in a bear hug, Barlow.
This for the biggest Blues lead of the game.
They needed someone to step up. Fisher's done it this quarter, but it barely touched it in a half a footy.
The Swans have led this game by 15. Carlton now leads it by 15.
Just speed into the forward line. You see Craig Bolton there trying to explain the vagaries of defence to Ed Barlow, doing it with a pat in the back. He hasn't had a great quarter. He's chopped one up, and this is when Chris Judd's at his most dangerous, on the burst and delivering it quickly. You can see there, it wasn't too bad, I didn't think, Jason. I'm not sure it was as bad as you thought, but...
No, but it's when you've got one arm over the shoulder wrapped around him.
You just
really
get him
gives
away.
the umpire an excuse to play the free kick.
We had a lot of talk about Carlton to win games, needing other options than Brendan Favola. Brad Fisher has 3 goals for the term. We've joined us late. Sydney led by 9 points at half-time. And the ball up. Jolly knocked down. Gibbs lays a tackle on Kirk. And that's good news for the Blues. Chris Johnson testing that knee.
The player that's gone out of the game for Sydney is Jesse White, because the ball hasn't got there. Hasn't touched it in the third term, but they haven't had too many forward forays where the Swans forwards can actually lead at the footy.
Classic rise and palm down from Cruiser there. 24 minutes gone, third term, another ball up.
No loose man either now, Jason. I'm not sure whether it's the Swans that have decided to drop it off, but it's man-on-man in defence. So Brendan Favola now becomes more dangerous.
Gibbs, another little fumble. Jack, through traffic, kicked it into the face of his own man.
He's having one of those days, Bryce Gibbs. Even when he does get the ball, he fumbles.
And the Blues fans starting to find some voice again here at Etihad. 7th on the AFL ladder, the Blues. Haven't played finals for 7 seasons. From the ball up. Jack, hunted down, had it, lost it. Bird, O'Keefe, Kirk, Goods. Jude Bolton, bang! Simpson read it well, waited till he got it. Cruiser over the top, and they're growing Carlton.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Adam Goods didn't do Jude Bolton any favours with a big, high, floating hand pass. He had to jump up for the footy and was just set up for a tackle like that from Cade Simpson.
Interesting though, he's been moved onto the ball. They need to generate some run now, the Swans, because they are under severe pressure.
Judd with the long handball. Eddie Betts left it behind. Smith caught. Ball in. Some more applause from Blues fans. Cruiser off, as you can see, bottom of the screen. And that'll leave Hampson to do some ruck work.
Fisher slipped in behind. Favola runner came out just to adjust their positioning.
Murphy, slick, Bentley, little fumble, mopped up his own mess. Houlihan looks up. Favola on the lead over his head. Bouncing ball. Fisher the new target. Tackled, dragged down. Brilliant tackle again by Martin Mattner. We'll get another ball up. Got a hug on him like grandma. You can't get out of it once he's got you. From the ball up. Roberts-Thompson down. Barlow. Sharks. Bird into trouble. Then out of it. O'Keefe. Matner. A wobbler for O'Loughlin. He's got 2 to beat here. Big crunch by Hartlett. Knocked it down. Bauer. All of a sudden it looks like the Blues have got a spare man everywhere. Russell sends it long. Hampson edged under it by Roberts-Thompson. He's got the boundary line as a friend here. LRT knows it. Caught. Dragged down. Holding the ball, perhaps.
Yep.
It is.
Geez, that was slow motion, Lewis Roberts-Thompson. He did everything right. He worked his opponent under the ball. Then he took possession. He had a player for the quick hand pass back up the line, but he just accepted the tackle and thought, oh, I'll get dragged over the line and we'll have a throw-in.
Only kicked 4 goals in his 22 games. Sean Hampson.
You liked his style before the match, Jason?
He's a big leggy type, and he was having a few shots that looked all right.
The pack rises. Judd from mid-air. Favola! Who else? They lead by 21.
Well, you kind of expect the Eddie Betts types to do this sort of thing. Rode the pack, hit it at speed, grabbed the loose ball cleanly. This is Lewis Roberts-Thompson. He's just fumbled the ball. He didn't dispose of it. He had to be a little bit stronger than that. The left hand, he couldn't get the hand pass to it. It was a good tackle from Hampson. But now this should have been thumped through. This is a bad defensive slip by the Swans.
Biggest lead either team has had today. Favola has 3. Fisher 3 for the term. They've come from 9 points down at half-time, Carlton. They lead by 21 with 28 minutes on the clock in the third. And they're not finished yet. Bentley heads wide. Yaron, Smith, Carazzo. Pursued by Shaw. Bentley, good second effort. Hands it out to Judd. Uh-oh. Inside 50. Fisher. One grab, not the second. Goods. Great second effort. Takes them on with some speed. Heads wide. Ablett. Joseph. Boundary umpire.
Was virtually not getting past half back at the moment.
I felt in some ways a bit disappointed for Jesse White because he has been on fire and yet just totally starved of opportunities.
From the ball in, umpire called play on, but no one going anywhere. Three minutes 10 left on the clock. And big 3 minutes you sense. O'Keefe to Bird. Jude Bolton. Wobbles one towards attacking 50 and Best Primi, who can kick a goal. Lines up from about 48, the kick will come.
Well, he just put a mark on the 50-metre line. That's where he wants to kick it. This is a critical kick for Sydney. They have just been completely dominated for the last 15 or 20 minutes, and the game's slipping away very quickly. This keeps them in touch.
Victorian boy back home, the same Victorian club as Cruiser and Nick Stevens, in fact. St Mary's, and Best Primi isn't having a great day at the office today.
No, just half a dozen possessions, one behind to his name.
Thornton to Judd. Safe option. 20 points the margin. There's the signal. Let's hold possession, boys. Let's go in at three-quarter time with a 20-point break. Cade Simpson.
Still over a couple of minutes on the clock. You want to make sure that you do control possession when you give that signal.
Bauer wide. Well, Anderson a little slip and he's still marked it.
Been all right at times though, Joe, today.
Simpson. Fev wants it long. Sets himself. Goes. Got a hand to it. Betts. It's his forte. Gives it up. Fisher. A rolling ball. Couldn't get enough toe on it. Dragged through for a behind.
Should have done better. That was a chance to put a nail in the coffin of Sydney.
Not a huge fan for this rolling outside of the football. Look how he's dropped it.
It was nearly a drop kick. Nearly had an air swing. He actually could have run all the way in.
You've got to be pretty balanced to be doing those and exquisitely skilled, and I think you sometimes got to play within the boundaries of your limitations.